This is why you need to know Roman battle formations, the secret sauce behind their legendary conquests. The backbone of Rome's military might was the Roman legion. Picture this, thousands of disciplined soldiers moving as one, ready to conquer. The heart of these legions, formation. First, the manipular system. Imagine three lines. Hastati at the front, young and fierce, Principes in the middle, seasoned warriors, and Triarii at the back, the veterans. Flexibility was key. They could adapt, shift, and outmaneuver their enemies. Then came the cohort formation. Think of it as an upgrade. 480 soldiers per cohort, making the legion more formidable in large-scale battles. They were a well-oiled war machine, folks. Now let's talk formations. The testudo or tortoise formation, shields locked overhead and at the sides, perfect for sieges. The wedge formation, a sharp point to break enemy lines. The line formation, spreading out to maximize firepower. And the crescent formation, ideal for flanking and encircling foes. Roman generals were tactical geniuses, adapting to enemies and terrains. From the Battle of Cannae to the Battle of Zama, formations were crucial. So what's your favorite Roman battle formation? Drop a comment and let's chat history. Now let's delve deeper into the intricacies of these formations and the strategies that made them so effective. The Roman legion was not just a group of soldiers, it was a highly organized and disciplined unit that could adapt to various combat situations. The manipular system, for instance, was a revolutionary approach to battlefield tactics. It divided the legion into smaller units called maniples, each consisting of 120 soldiers. This allowed for greater flexibility and maneuverability on the battlefield. The hastati, the youngest and least experienced soldiers, were placed at the front. They were the first to engage the enemy, using their youthful energy and enthusiasm to break the initial lines. Behind them were the principes, more seasoned warriors who could hold the line and provide support. Finally, the triarii, the most experienced and battle-hardened veterans, were positioned at the back. They were the last line of defense and could be called upon to turn the tide of battle if needed. This three-tiered system allowed the Roman army to adapt to different combat scenarios. If the hastati were unable to break through the enemy lines, they could fall back and let the principes take over. If the principes were also unsuccessful, the triarii could step in and use their experience to secure victory. This level of flexibility was unmatched by any other army of the time. The cohort formation was another significant development in Roman military strategy. Each cohort consisted of 480 soldiers, and a legion typically had 10 cohorts. This structure made the Roman army more formidable in large-scale battles. The cohorts could operate independently or work together as a cohesive unit, depending on the situation. This versatility allowed the Romans to outmaneuver and outflank their enemies, often leading to decisive victories. One of the most famous Roman formations was the testudo, or tortoise formation. This defensive tactic involved soldiers locking their shields together to form a protective barrier. The shields were held overhead and at the sides, creating a shell-like structure that was nearly impenetrable. This formation was particularly effective during sieges, as it allowed the soldiers to advance towards enemy fortifications while being protected from arrows and other projectiles. The wedge formation was another innovative tactic used by the Romans. This offensive formation involved soldiers arranging themselves in a triangular shape, with the point of the wedge aimed at the enemy. The goal was to break through the enemy lines by concentrating force at a single point. Once the wedge penetrated the enemy's ranks, the soldiers could spread out and create chaos, making it easier to defeat the opposing forces. The line formation was a more traditional tactic, but the Romans used it to great effect. By spreading their soldiers out in a long line, they could maximize their firepower and create a formidable front. This formation was particularly useful in open field battles, where the goal was to overwhelm the enemy with sheer numbers and firepower. The crescent formation was another example of Roman tactical genius. This formation involved arranging the soldiers in a curved line, with the ends of the line extending forward. The goal was to encircle the enemy and attack from multiple directions. This tactic was particularly effective against larger enemy forces, as it allowed the Romans to divide and conquer their opponents. Roman generals were known for their ability to adapt to different enemies and terrains. They studied their opponent's tactics and weaknesses, and they used this knowledge to develop strategies that would give them the upper hand. This adaptability was one of the key factors behind the success of the Roman military. For example, at the Battle of Cannae, the Roman general Hannibal used a double envelopment tactic to encircle and destroy a much larger Roman army. This battle is often cited as one of the greatest tactical feats in military history. Similarly, at the Battle of Zama, the Roman general Scipio Africanus used a combination of cavalry and infantry maneuvers to defeat the Carthaginian forces led by Hannibal. These battles highlight the importance of formations and tactics in Roman military strategy. The ability to adapt and innovate on the battlefield was a hallmark of the Roman army, and it played a crucial role in their many conquests. So what's your favorite Roman battle formation? Is it the flexible and adaptable manipular system, the formidable cohort formation, the impenetrable testudo, the aggressive wedge, the overwhelming line, or the encircling crescent? Each of these formations had its own strengths and weaknesses, and they were all used to great effect by the Roman military. Drop a comment and let's chat history. Share your thoughts on these formations and how they contributed to the success of the Roman Empire. Whether you're a history buff or just curious about ancient military tactics, there's always something fascinating to learn about the strategies that shaped the course of history. In conclusion, the Roman battle formations were a key factor in the success of the Roman Empire. Their ability to adapt to different combat situations, their innovative tactics, and their disciplined and organized approach to warfare set them apart from other armies of the time. The legacy of these formations and strategies can still be seen in modern military tactics, and they continue to be studied and admired by historians and military enthusiasts alike. So next time you think about the Roman Empire, remember that their success was not just due to their powerful legions, but also to the brilliant strategies and formations that made them a force to be reckoned with. The Roman battle formations were truly the secret sauce behind their legendary conquests, and they remain a fascinating topic of study and discussion to this day.